The wind screamed like a living creature across the frozen Siberian wilderness, carrying needles of ice that stung any exposed skin. The temperature had fallen to 71°, a cold so brutal it silenced even the bravest animals. Snow covered everything in an endless white blanket, hiding danger beneath its beauty. Inside a small wooden cabin at the edge of the forest lived an old woman named Elena. She was 72 years old, her face marked with deep lines carved by time and hardship. She had lived alone in this frozen land for decades, surviving storms that would have broken most people. Her only companions were the howling winds and the distant cries of wild animals. That night, as Elena sat beside her weak fire, she heard something unusual. A faint sound. Not the wind. Not the cracking of ice. It was a cry. Soft, painful, desperate. Elena froze. She listened carefully, her heart beating faster. Again, the sound came. A low whimper, barely audible beneath the storm. She knew that sound. It was a wolf. Wolves rarely came close to human cabins unless they were starving, desperate, or dying. Elena hesitated. Outside was certain death for someone her age. The cold could freeze her lungs within minutes. But the cry came again, weaker this time. She could not ignore it. Wrapping herself in her thick fur coat, she grabbed her lantern and slowly pushed open the door. The storm immediately attacked her, icy wind clawing at her face. She stepped into the snow, her boots sinking deep with every step. "Where are you?" she whispered into the darkness. The lantern flickered violently as the wind tried to kill its flame. Then she saw it, a shape in the snow. At first she thought it was a frozen log, but then it moved. A wolf lay half buried in the snow, its silver fur covered in ice. Its body trembled weakly, and one of its back legs was twisted unnaturally. Blood had frozen along its side, dark against the white snow. Its eyes opened slowly. Golden eyes. They locked onto Elena. There was no growl, no threat, only pain. Elena's breath caught. She could see the truth instantly. This wolf had been abandoned by its pack. In the wild, weakness meant death. The pack could not afford to slow down for an injured member. The wolf had been left behind, left to freeze alone. Elena stepped closer. The wolf tried to move but collapsed, too weak to resist. "It's all right," she whispered gently. She knew the risk. A wolf could still attack even in pain, but she also knew it would die if she left it here. Slowly, carefully, she placed her arms beneath its frozen body. The wolf was heavier than she expected, but desperation gave her strength. Step by step, she carried it toward the cabin. The storm fought her every second. The cold burned her lungs. Her legs trembled, but she did not stop. Finally, she reached the door and dragged the wolf inside. She closed the door quickly, shutting out the deadly storm. The wolf collapsed onto the wooden floor,